Alright, good morning everybody. Time for another juicy rant. Some exciting things have happened in the last couple of days. Um, Jimmy Kimmel's been reinstated by Disney. Yay. Yeah, I guess me personally I'm indifferent to that. I'm a free speech guy, so like on the principle of it, I didn't agree with it. I didn't necessarily agree with his firing, but like our previous video about news regulation, this guy is on a I don't know if his show would be called a news show, but it's commentary. It's regulated by the FCC, and the whole reason they have those airwaves is to serve the public interest. So you have to ask yourself, is this guy just making fucking inaccurate, knowingly inaccurate statements in the public interest? And I think that's going to be a debate going forward. I like I really feel like that's going to be the next major free speech debate in the United States, is that are these news organizations serving the public interest, and where does their right to where is the First Amendment protections start and end? Like, because I think anybody being intellectually honest, nobody's saying that they don't have a right to speak or anything like that. I think what most people are advocating for and championing are when you're in a position of providing information to the public, factual information to the, well, I shouldn't say that. The public should expect that the information you are providing is and and at least follows some kind of evidentiary scientific analysis. Like, it's fine if Jimmy Kimmel got something wrong, as long as he could articulate and source like where he's getting his information from. Like an example would be like the reports, right? Like a loose example would be the reports are insinuating that it was a mega supporter that assassinated Charlie Kirk, instead of just flat out saying it was a mega supporter and then elaborating with his family and that they're Republican, etc. Like that way, like it leaves room for like error in saying like this is what the early reports are. We don't know if it's 100% fact. But these agencies have not been intellectually honest now for a long time, and everybody, whether they say it or not, everybody knows. Everybody kind of knows. It's like it's the world's worst kept secret that these news organizations just spew fucking liberal talking points constantly. It's not it's I wouldn't even say they're talking points. They're just liberal, and they lie and obstruct information constantly. Oh, the police brutality is on the rise in the black community, and then you go find the video yourself, and homie and his friends are literally beating the brakes off of two cops. Well, like it's fucking insanity, and everybody's like, police brutality. No, no, they stopped him, and then he started beating the brakes off them. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Now, people are like, oh, that's right. No, I see white people get fucked by the police all the time. I watch police videos because I wanted to be a cop, so I find those funny, especially the sovereign citizen videos. If you want to brighten your day, go on YouTube and look up sovereign citizens police stops. Oh, it's the best shit. Like, you want to watch people who deserve to legitimately get their ass beaten by the cops. Watch that shit. And I see white people get, auditors all the time get harassed, fucked up by the cops, and you know where it doesn't. You know why most people don't see that? Because I had to actually go search for it, because the news doesn't cover it. The news, they're not a minority, so it doesn't sell. Like, they're in the business of selling, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting because the airways are given to them on the contingency of providing the public with information in the public trust. There's nothing in the public trust about making a whole community of people of un what's the word, paranoid and super fearful of the police. And that's what the news has done for a lot of people. Like, I can't believe that parents in these communities teach their children to do this and this because the police are going to kill them. Like, it's just it's so heartbreaking. And I believe 100% that a lot of it has to do with the way the news is covered and the way they cover the news. And it's just heartbreaking. It shouldn't be that way. Nobody in any community deserves to be living in fucking fear because they have a run in with fucking cops. Like, it's fucking it's insanity. And I'm not absolving bad policing either. There is plenty of fucking shit cops that keep their jobs. Like, we like there's a lot we can do on that front. Like, where I'm by no means justifying shitty policing. It was actually my one of my hot takes about the whole George Floyd, like the whole George Floyd thing. For an example, I remember when it happened, and I said flat out that the cops were in the wrong, but they are they politicized it and charged them in the wrong manner. The cops the cops in that situation were wrong because they allowed him to walk around constantly instead of securing him. He was being arrested, and they allowed him, because they were afraid of being called racist and whatever. They allowed him to walk around and wander instead of arresting him immediately, securing him, arresting him immediately, and then when he's complaining of whatever medical condition he was complaining of, they should have brought him to the hospital immediately. He was in their custody. He was in their care, and they had a legal obligation to assist him, and they failed to do so. They're 100% responsible for they're responsible for his death, not because he didn't overdose, but because they treated him like he was a fucking celebrity when they should have been arresting him. And that's a nuance that a lot of people don't understand about policing, that only if you wanted to have a career that, like, you would even know. And I'm not pretending like I know more than a police officer who's doing the job or anything like that. I don't want to I don't want people or to give that impression, but police do have a legal responsibility, at least in my country. I don't know so much in the States, but in my country, that if they're like, as soon as they deem you arrestable, as soon as you're arrestable, or they're declaring that their intention to arrest you, you are in their custody now. Like, you are under their control, and they're responsible for your life. And so they have a duty, if you're in any kind of medical duress or anything like that, to get you medical care. In fact, it's they want to arrest you as quickly and use as much appropriate force as necessary to get you in the car. I'm going a little bit on a tangent because this is getting too far past what we were talking about, so I'm going to just bring it back. But yeah, back to the Jimmy Kimmel stuff. Basically, I'm indifferent to him being reinstated. I think there's going to be more broadly conversations, and we need to really, like, not lose momentum about, should we be regulating the news more? Like are they even providing a public service? Because they're as a media platform, they're dying. They're dying because of these issues. Clownfish TV covers it all the time. The entertainment industry is just dying. News media is dying because, like, they're just insufferable to watch. And another great example of this, and this is a more comedic line, a little bit of a segue into our next topic, talking about commentary and political commentary. Finally, Destiny has been fucking demonetized on YouTube. Hooray! Not because he's liberal. Do I dislike Destiny because he's fucking his views are fucking repugnant and disgusting. He may not be quote unquote a racist like he calls his the right or anything like that, but he is a fucking communist and a violent communist at that. He wants people dead. He said it many times on his streams, and he's just a fucking he's a fucking goober. He doesn't actually debate people. He yells at them and shouts them down and bullies them. He's intellectually inferior. And he thinks he literally thinks that because Charlie Kirk was didn't want to debate him, that it was proof that Charlie was a fucking, so I don't know, like a scam artist or whatever. No, no, no. He didn't want to debate you because there's no fucking point in debating you internet debaters, because you don't actually debate people. You create content. You create content by fucking just yelling and shouting over people with your nonsense. Fucking literally on Piers Morgan calling the governor, saying the governor is a fucking liar. The governor is a Republican governor, sure, but he has a track record of being of integrity and honesty for the most part. He's not one of these guys in the news all the time going, the Jews are taking over the Jews. He has a reputation for all purposes of being level-headed and fair and reasonable, and he's coming out and making this statement, and you got fucking Destiny over here. He's lying. He's lying. No proof or nothing. He's just yelling. He's lying. I don't believe it. Like, what the fuck? So, great day. These guys need to get out. Like, again, they have the right to say whatever they want, and people have the right to watch them if they want to, but they don't have the right to incite violence against people, and that's what they've been doing for a long time. And they need to face the consequences of those actions. Like, it's not tolerable. I find them repugnant, and I'm I'm giddy with joy that they're being deplatformed and they're finally facing the actual consequences of their actions. These people are disgusting. Not because they think different than me, but because they are genuinely bad people, and they're not people that anybody should be looking up to. His, his sex life is his own business, but the other people have said it. Like, the way he treats his relationships is just fucking morally repugnant. Apparently, I didn't even know this. He has a son that he doesn't even pay attention to, like, who espouts Republican views or whatever, which I think is one of the reasons he disowned him or something. Like, or I don't even if he like I don't even know if he was in the picture to begin with. Absolutely disgusting behavior. People who disown their family over fucking are the lowest of IQs. So me personally, I'm very very happy. Very, very happy that this fucking cuck is getting exactly what he deserves. And yeah, the world is healing. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me for this morning. Everybody, stay blessed. Comment, as always. Like, share, comment. Call me an idiot. Oh, what's this? Yeah, no, it's fine. Alright, peace.